This podcast will hopefully contain words or statements of obscene, pornographic, or immoral character. You have been warned. You have been warned. You have been warned.
Let's do it!
That's for you, Justin. But I'm thinking of something better. So here's my idea.
Well, hold on.
What?
I have something better.
Oh, fuck off. Really?
I have a surprise for you.
Are you going to be naked? Oh, my God. Yeah.
So I decided to start this episode off with a new theme song that I wrote. I'm resurrecting Jackass in the Trailer Parks to do our new theme song, our temporary theme song.
Oh, okay. Well, then this might be awesome because I had an idea too.
Oh, well, shit. Well, I don't want to steal your thunder.
No. Oh, how funny it is you would say thunder. Just keep going.
Okay. All right. Are you ready?
All right. Ready? Fire away.
1, 2, 3. Oh, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Potty Mouth Records podcast. Welcome back. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back to the Potty Mouth Records podcast. Rootin' tootin' spewers of poop.
Awesome. Okay, so that was pretty fucking cool.
Top that, bitch.
That. Okay, so here I come, firing. Well, I have to actually download shit and strip it apart. But I wanted to steal the Thundercats theme. But instead of going thunder, 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 I go potty, 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 yes!
Dude, that is way better than mine. I'm not going to lie.
I was fucking thinking of that on the way. I had to pick up Blythe this afternoon. And I was like, it just fucking hit me. I'm like, how badass would that be? And then we can steal like the Thundercats logo.
Oh my God. No, I'm a big fan of Thundercats. So you sold me on that. But not only just the fact of like having a cartoon theme, like ripping off a cartoon theme, but just that it actually fits so well.
Well, I've been plugging away thinking about the Michael Graves era. So it's like trying to plop stuff into other holes. You know, it's typical, but I was kind of vibing on it.
Trisha's always yelling at me about that.
What, jamming the wrong words into songs?
No, trying to plop stuff into other holes.
Oh shit.
She's like, that's not a hole. It can't go there. I'm like, oh yeah, like I guess it can't.
Oh my God.
Behind the knee.
Bent
knee. Bent knee badge. That's a cool song.
Oh my God. There you go. That's another tune.
Yeah.
Potty mouth theme and then bent knee badge. Oh my Lord. That was fucking magical. We can wrap that up right now.
I really do. It's funny. I came up with that like 15 minutes ago because I was just like, I saw the thing Justin wrote about being mad you didn't do the thing. And I was just, I don't know. I was just thinking about all the intro stuff. I was like, dude, I'm going to like write like a quick song like right now to like do right when we go live.
No, dude, it's fucking phenomenal.
But
oh my God.
So I've did a lot of homework.
I just wet myself a little bit.
What's that?
I think I wet myself a little bit. It was
you wet yourself?
Yeah.
I honestly, I've already completely forgot about the song I'm doing or that I did because I'm thinking of potty cast, potty cast.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, Rip X, you're going to be used now.
Yeah.
I was stoked. They actually started following me on Instagram. I'm like, yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's weird. Like,
I want some product, bitches.
Wait, did you follow them and then they followed you back, or did they follow you because of like making a podcast post?
I don't. I've been following them since I bought the software. I was like, they're kick ass. If they have other cool stuff for sales, I want to know about it. But that was months ago. But like last month or a couple weeks ago, I saw them. They started following me. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, that's cool. That I've had that happen with a few things where like someone random just starts following me, and it's like someone that I think is cool or like a company or like whatever. I'm like,
well, I didn't even.
I'm like, I didn't even follow this person, and then they're following me. So
that's fucking awesome.
Doesn't happen.
Was totally jealous.
Oh yeah. Boris the Sprinkler follows all my accounts, which is kind of crazy.
That is fucking awesome. Now they need to fucking play outside of Wisconsin.
Right. I know. Like, honestly, when they just did those shows a couple weeks back, I've never seen them and I want to see them so bad. And I would travel to see them, but like flights are just too expensive still right now. So,
it's stupid. Yeah.
Like, I'll go to Wisconsin to see Boris the Sprinkler. I'll do it.
Oh my God. That would be, we make a pilgrimage to fucking Wisconsin to see Boris the Sprinkler.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm all about traveling to shows, but it's just too expensive right now.
Oh my God.
Well, like I said, I did my homework and I have a bunch of stuff. I have music game stuff. I have a fucked up story I want to tell. But the first thing, and I don't have anything yet, but I'm like hell bent and I'm obsessed with, because we talked last time about like subliminal messages in songs, like backward songs and like the Queen thing, like smoke marijuana or whatever. So I'm on this mission that I want to find like an unknown backwards message that's like no one's ever found before. So I've been listening. I got a bunch of WAV files off of my backup drive of like our bands and like famous bands. And I've been sitting and like reversing songs, trying to like find hidden shit.
Are you? Oh my God, you're one of those fucking people I was making fun of.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, this is like a fun thing to do when I have some downtime, is to just like, because I'm like, I want it to be
hands up. Who the fuck is bored and wants to sit and listen to music backwards as something to kill time? You, raise your hand. Fucking raise your hand.
That's fine.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, but okay, I'm doing it. I'm doing it for the cause, man.
For the kids.
Because when I find that one song where it's like Danzig saying "I wiped my ass Tuesday" backwards, I'm going to be everybody's hero.
I'm trying not to spit water. Oh my God.
See, make fun of me now when I come to you with knowledge like that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You will be a fucking internet phenom.
No, I will be an internet. I will be like a fucking astronaut of the internet if I fucking come up with some shit that cool.
Oh my God.
But
so how many songs do you feel that you have listened to so far?
Oh, I can tell you because I just
the
last couple of days I've been thinking of bands I wanted to start with, and when I got home today, that was the first thing I did. I was like, after you said we do the podcast today, I spent like the last hour going through about 24 songs. And just seeing if any of them.
Are you listening to them in real time? Or are you speeding them up?
So both. So I'm doing them in real time to start. And then if there's any sections where I feel like there could be like a little nugget in there, I'll slow it down. just to see if like I can hear, because sometimes it's hard with the music playing over top to like really hear what the words are. So if you slow it down, it like kind of spreads it out more where you can actually hear the words.
My head is down, hand on forehead.
It is
fucking ridiculous, but I love it.
Yeah. Well, so far I've done 4 Craven Moorhead songs that had no results. I did four Bomb Threat songs that had no results. I did Rainbow in the Dark, Holy Diver, and Stand Up and Shout by Dio. Nothing in there. I did every song off the first Danzig, because I thought there would definitely be something in there. And of course, like, and if there would be, that would be, you know, the whole Danzig, Satan, like backwards messaging shit. Be like a cool tie-in.
Fucking funny.
And then I did I Want You to Want Me by Cheap Trick.
I think that's where the magic's going to be. It's going to be in one of those songs, excuse me, that you weren't expecting.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
Want You to Want Me.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just trying to think
maybe
of like
Leo Sayer.
Yeah.
You make me feel like dancing. What the hell could that say? Fuck. Who knows?
Maybe I can try. Oh, so 2 things. We'll try it on this song just because when I was updating the website, I put the link on there to the I Want to Kiss You All Over song. And when I was working on the website, Trisha heard that song playing out in the living room and she's like, "Why are you listening to that song?" And she's like, "Not that I'm judging you." She's like, "It's an awesome song." I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, I forgot like how fucking cool this song is. And then I remember, you know, I told her that you had brought it up. So yeah, we were just like rocking out to that song. And then it's funny, I don't know if you watched that other link I posted of the country version.
I fucking lived that shit. I didn't have to watch.
Yeah, dude. Well, you should watch that video I put the link up to, because it's the most random fucking weird shit. They're like, and I mean, to be fair, the country version of their song, it's different, but it's not
that
entirely different from the original. But you know, they're just in full like adult contemporary country gear now, and like they're playing in this weird like sound stage, I think, that's supposed to look like a country, it's like Cracker Barrel or something, and it's a bunch of like old people sitting around like they're eating, like listening to them. It's just like the most bizarre setup for like whatever it's supposed to be. It's like it's not a video, like a music video. It's like just them playing live, but it's just really strange. I was cracking up. But
oh, dude, I bet you this is off of TNT.
Yeah, I mean, something
like back in the day. I bet you it's
CMT.
Yeah, I meant CMT, where it was like not Mel Tillis, but Merle Haggard had a show, and like he had like live bands. I bet you.
Oh yeah, I mean, definitely Cool Jim was watching all that stuff.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, so sad.
But so the one thing I was like really excited about to talk about today is once I came up with what this is, I was like so furious with myself, because when we talked last time about the bands who re-recorded stuff and it was whether or not it was better later or not, and I epic fail, because as soon as we got off the air, this immediately came to me and I just couldn't think of anything when we were live. But the Testament re-recorded a bunch of songs off like their first 2 or 3 albums, and the album is called First Strike is Still Deadly. And in my opinion, and like I said last time, I was being such a crybaby about, oh, like you can't say it's better, it's just different and stuff like that. But I really believe that, and as much as I do like those early recordings for what they are, the re-recorded Testament shit it's way fucking better, and it's like really fucking kick-ass.
Oh fuck, I'll listen to that. I actually like the first Testament album.
Yeah,
the second one too.
No, yeah, like I said, I love all that stuff, and I mean, in the grand scheme of like important thrash records, they're milestone albums and stuff, and I'm not shitting on them at all, but the new recordings of those songs does kind of shit on the old versions of the song.
Yeah, I'll have to listen to it. That's actually fucking cool.
Yeah, it's really good. And then I did have a couple like honorable mentions. These are probably not everybody's cup of tea, and I know like some people would probably disagree, but
oh my god, here we go.
Well, I'm a big fan of Exodus, and I know that like there's like a lot of camps of people only like the first singer, people only like the second singer. There's a lot of people that like the third singer, but a lot of people that don't like the third singer. Now the second singer is back. I like all eras of Exodus, but so when they had the third singer, he was just a very different singer than the first two guys. Like just his vote, he was more of like a
Barry Manilow.
No, definitely not Barry Manilow. He's just definitely like more gruff, like deeper, like more aggressive sounding. He just really did
like Billy Ray Cyrus.
That way more like Billy Ray Cyrus, yeah. But he just gave him more of an edge. And I really like the third singer. I like the albums he did with them. But they ended up doing a re-record of a lot of the early stuff with the third singer, kind of like the Anthrax John Bush kind of thing.
Right.
And again, better. That's subjective, but it is really good. And I like the modern takes and the modern recordings on the old ones with the third singer, because it really did give them it's like a different vibe. And I enjoy it. I think it's cool.
I think that's what I like about the Anthrax John Bush one, is it's not produced like the other ones.
Yeah.
It's not polished and super clean, and like it's a lot more raw, and it carries a certain energy to it. That's what I kind of vibed on, because I like all the songs that Joey Belladonna does, but those were outside of the covers. I didn't listen to John Bush. Couldn't do it. Sorry.
Yeah,
my bad.
I think maybe because I've actually been thinking about a good bit about all this since we talked about it last time, but I think for me, there's like a little bit of an element of you're so used to, like, if you're a fan of a band and you know all that old stuff so well, and then they do something new, whether you like it or not, it's just interesting to, I guess, get a different take on it. Like whether you end up liking it or not, it's just, I don't know. It's just like, oh, this is something cool to check out, whether or not I like it, but it's just fun. It's like a fun little thing. So the Police
redid Don't Stand So Close to Me in the like 80s or something versus the original, and I fucking can't stand it. It drives me nuts. Like, it's just, the first one is now is creepier than shit listening to, but back in the day it wasn't as creepy.
Yeah.
And it was like, but that fucking remake was so fucking horrible. Just drove me nuts.
I've never heard it. Yeah, it's probably one I don't want to hear. So like I said, I knew I had heard some of it, and I was like, I don't own this and I don't have it. So I mean, it's possible maybe you heard it from me. Like maybe I had a burned copy of it at some point, but I definitely don't have that Suicidal where they re-recorded everything, but I did go and listen to it, and it's really terrible. It's like,
I like how nicely you delivered that though.
It is though. It's like, I went into it with an open mind, and and I did some research on it too. And apparently there was some, like, a big part of why they did that was like a record label thing. Like Frontier wouldn't give them the master or something. So they basically weren't making any money off that release. Yeah, it was the same thing we
were saying about like the whatever Johnny Paycheck or whatever doing fucking re-recording the songs because he was fucked.
Yeah, totally. Well, I guess the same deal was going on with them, and I don't know. That's a tough one for me because, like, I've never been in a position in a band where I was losing money because I wasn't able to release something that I was making money on before. So it's hard to like have a real opinion on that. But so, I mean, I guess I see where they're coming from with that. You know, if like they're losing, I don't know, hypothetically, if they're losing $100,000 a year because they aren't making money off that, then fuck yeah, I'd re-record some shit.
Yeah. And try to take away from it.
Yeah.
I wonder if they like totally lost the rights to it, or whatever deal they signed was such a low percentage that it didn't fucking matter at the time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one, but bottom line for me, that recording is trash. It's the recording itself is pretty good, but it's just like, I don't know, man. For me, the first Suicidal Tendencies is a goddamn perfectly written and recorded record. It's like everything about that record is perfection to me. So any remake of that is just gonna it's just not going to be as good. There's nothing you can do that'll ever top that. And it's just even how they play it. I mean, Rocky George is an amazing guitar player. And like, I love all the ST era shit with him, like the original stuff. It's amazing. But all the riffs are like, they do all this like weird, unnecessary palm muting in the parts where he's singing and stuff, like trying to make the music quieter so his vocals stand out more or something. So they like oddly palm mute where it's not needed. And the basses, and I love Robert Trujillo too. Like I said, I like all those guys, but that was just an unnecessary recording other than the cash grab element of it, I guess.
Right. They're trying to reclaim the rights to it. I mean, it's the whole like fucking bands doing live albums so they can get out of fucking record contracts.
Oh yeah.
Fucking fill up an album so they don't have to record one.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if the record contract is fucking totally butt fucking them, like I could see doing that, I guess, if they really want out. But I have this other list I found some other re-recorded items and I haven't listened to them yet. However, I'm going to, and I'll report back. So I had told you that Twisted Sister re-recorded Stay Hungry. I think it's called Still Hungry. They redid it in 2004. And I think that was also a record label thing is why they did that. From what I did a little research on it, and that's what it seems like happened. And I guess they also, as a band, thought the original recording was like too overproduced and they wanted it to sound like more punkish and raw. So that's what the new one supposedly sounds like. I'm very skeptical. I would say that Stay Hungry is like the hard and heavy equivalent of the first Suicidal to me. It's like, don't fuck with that record. So I'm going to listen to it, but I already know I'm going to be fucking offended and pissed off because nothing's ever going to be as good as the original of that in my mind.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other ones. I'm hurting on them.
But I have one more.
Oh, yeah?
This one you're going to love because it's close to home. Kicks, not a re-record, but they did a remixing of it's their I think it was the 30th
of Kicks itself,
30th anniversary of Blow My Fuse.
Oh,
and they had the guy I think who was part of doing the original recording and mixing come back in and do like a modern remix of it, and everyone's saying it sounds really awesome.
Really? I'll have to listen to it because I know I think I've said it. I know we've argued about it at Phil's. It's like that fucking first Kicks album to me is phenomenal. Like it is so, and maybe it's because it fucking reminds me of the fucking roller rink and humping around at Turner's, but it was like I still listen to it, which it's fucked up. And they didn't do shit with that record.
Yeah.
And it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, no. Well, and not just because we're from Hagerstown either, but I do really like Kicks. Like if I wasn't from there, I would probably still really like them. But they're a band. They are a band that I would say could fall into our list of bands who didn't necessarily get better, but they definitely changed. They got better musically as their career progressed because like the songwriting in the more like major label era is definitely way more refined, and like they were firing on all cylinders. Like they knew what they were doing at that point, like as musicians.
Right.
But I love everything up to and including the record from like 1990, I think it was. It's like the last one it's like their last major label record. I'm honestly drawing a blank on the name of it. Hotwire, maybe.
Might be right.
But there's like some good songs on that. But like I said, I like every Kix record. Everyone has its merit and has really good songs on it. I would say that Blow My Fuse is probably my go-to when I do want to listen to Kix. But I like the first one and the second one a lot too.
Hotwire, you are correct.
Yeah. See, there's like some really good songs off of that even. But then the one pretty much after that, I think they did like one more that was not on a major, was kind of like a mid-90s comeback record. I didn't like that.
There's
one
a
very
Kix
much.
Live. Oh, Show Business.
Yeah, Show Business. That one wasn't that great.
They have one called Rock Your Face Off.
Yeah, that was
2014.
Yeah, I was going to say that was one of the newer ones. I actually haven't heard that yet.
Oh yeah.
Oh
my lord.
But
didn't what's his name live behind you at one point?
Well, yeah, so when I lived off of Bauer Avenue, Steve Whiteman, the singer of Kix, he was like not like my next door neighbor, but he was pretty close. I mean, he was like a block away, and I would always see he'd ride through the neighborhood on his 10-speed bike. So it was just funny. Like I'd be out like mowing grass or something, and I'd be like, there goes fucking Steve Whiteman, like exercising.
Oh, that's so fucking awesome.
He was super cool though. He would like wave and stuff, like he'd give you a head nod or like a wave or whatever. I mean, like I never like talked to him or anything, but I only met him that one time at the Wayside.
So is he the one that recorded the Voodoo Glow Skulls? Not Voodoo, Jesus Christ. Voodoo Love Gods. The Going Ape Shit.
Did he?
Ooh. That's a good fucking question. I think he did, or somebody from Kix recorded them. Pretty certain. That's another brush with fame for us. Woohoo! We're fucking killing it today.
Yeah, I'll have to look at the liner notes on the Love God CD because I'm not sure about that. I know that one of the dudes in that band definitely did like had some recording engineering background. I'm just not sure which guy. I feel like maybe the original bass player who's not with them now may be the guy who was doing recording. I don't know. But
Rusty Nuts?
What's his name?
Was that his Rusty Nuts?
Rusty Nuts. No, it's Donnie Purnell.
That's who did it.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I was right. I thought he was the one who was doing more recording stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
yeah, I'm pretty sure that was him.
That makes sense. Yeah, I guess they had a falling out with him, or I don't know the details of that, but yeah, he hasn't been with them for a long time. But we saw them back in, I don't know, I may have talked about this before on here, but we saw them back in like March, I think it was.
Yeah, I think so.
They were fucking awesome, dude. That's the first time I'd seen them. It's funny growing up in Hagerstown and never seeing Kix. And then the first time I saw Kix was at the Whiskey in LA.
So fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
I think I could be wrong, but I think they actually played at the skating rink one night. Like Turner's had like a week where they had live bands play.
Oh yeah.
And I think they were the headline of the week, and they played like Friday night or Saturday night.
That's pretty, like at Turner's?
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking epic. Imagine. So one of my goals in life, Trisha and I always play our like hypothetical Powerball game. Like if we won the Powerball, like what would we fucking do with the money? Cause like if you win one of those like fuck off like $600 million ones, it's like
it is now.
Yeah. That's I can do whatever I want money. You know what I mean? It's like oh, I want to buy a helicopter today money and like use it twice. Like you can be that guy, but I wouldn't be that guy. But the guy I would be is I want to, on my property, I want to have an 80s themed skating rink with a timeout built inside of it. And it's only plays like 80s music.
That is pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So for those of you who aren't, Timeout was an arcade that we had. I don't know if it was national or not, but it was in our mall right beside Camelot Music.
Yep.
I sucked at video games. I always suck at video games. I played them. Ugh.
Well, it's funny because this is awesome. This is an awesome little tie-in because, but anyway, I'm going to listen to that Kicks record as well, and I'll report back, but with the Twisted Sister one. But wait.
Justin threw one in, so we should probably add it, or is your story going to go and we'll come back?
No, go ahead.
Oh no, he brought in Fit of Frustration EP.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And that they redid it and it kicks ass because you can't find the original to compare it to. Well, I shortened it up, and he didn't say that. He just said it kicks its ass.
He probably has the originals. He'll just now. Yeah. It's funny too because I'm going to talk about you now. It's like he like doesn't want the original stuff on there. But now that he doesn't want the original stuff on there, I need to go look and see if I still have a copy. Because if I don't still have it, I'm going to ask him for it. Because I want the original.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I got to be able to complete my Fit of Frustration discography.
So he brought up, where are you going? Because we have some covers to throw in.
No, he had a good, I honestly, I totally forgot to like circle back to all this because he had a lot of good stuff. And the one thing I did want to mention about what he said that I thought was like a really cool take on, this is something I never thought about in the context of how he sort of described this. And I think it's a really, really cool, nuanced thing to think of. But basically, like the tuning of a band dictates what kind of crowd response you get. So like he equated standard E tuning is like circle pit tuning, and like E flat is like circle pit, but you get some like kung fu dancing. But then full down tuning is like you just get full ninjutsu pit.
Okay. So
and I loved that. I thought that was really cool.
So break down this whole tuning thing so that there's some people that aren't as dorky.
Well, so
I go ahead.
So like standard tune, and we did talk about this a little bit on that one episode with
where you went all freaky and weird.
Yeah, like the weird like alternate tunings and stuff. Well, so for those who don't know, like guitars and basses and stuff are typically tuned to I don't know if this is the real term, but we always just call it like standard E tuning. It's where your low E string is tuned to an E, and then it tunes E, A, D, G, B, E down all 6 strings, and E, A, D, G on a bass. So there's ways that you can so that's standard tuning, and that's what most musicians use. Like most popular music, radio music is typically using standard tuning. And then you can do what's called E flat tuning, where you have that standard E tuning, but then it drops a half step down. It's like a semitone down. So it's just like a little bit heavier sounding. It just like makes it a little lower. But then there's
all the strings are still tuned to the flat or dropped E, whatever you say.
Yeah. So that low E string becomes a E flat is what that's called. E flat note, and then all the other remaining 5 strings get tuned to that, like going down all the strings. But then there's a tuning that is drop D, which is where your guitar is in standard E tuning, but the low E tunes to the D string. So you go E, A, D. So that D string, you tune that E string to the octave of the D, and then that sounds, it gives it like a heavier tone, and you actually have to play it with different chords.
So does that allow you to do like for a bar chord, you can just use like one finger and slide it? Cheating motherfucker. Yes.
So drop tuning, cunts. Like, yes, exactly. Like, I think like we even used to say that, like, I don't know if you were, I know in like As We Destroy, we had a couple drop D songs, or actually we were technically in drop.
Because Gabe always played a fucking Jackson that was locked down.
No,
he couldn't move. Oh, he moved it.
He would fucking unlock and tune down. He wasn't a big fan of it, but he would do it. But
I bet
we actually played in drop D flat, because we played As We Destroy played in E flat standard, but then we would drop on a few songs. But then there's also bands who do standard E, but go like tune to B or like C and stuff like that, where like then everything's in like quote unquote standard tuning, but you're like just way lower. So that's what Space Wax does. We tune to C sharp. So we're in C sharp tuning, which I think is what Black Sabbath uses.
So Screwworm, we didn't pick a note. We just went till the fucking string lost tune. And then
that's like Crowbar.
You couldn't get a nice note out of it. So we crank it up till it actually like resonated. And then we tune off of what that one. Like, that's cool. What we did.
I don't remember that. That
pissed me off though, because I was the only one that didn't have Floyd Rose. So both my guitars would get fucking tuned way crazy, and I'm the world's worst fucking tuner.
Yeah.
So we were done practice, had to tune them back up, and I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
No, I didn't own a fucking tuner. I was cheap.
Well, and plus you were probably playing the Hondo in Screwworm, which was not helping your tuning game at all.
No, but I think I had that white SG for a while. And
that's right. I forgot about that guitar.
Yeah, I think Darv had it. Had it. I still have his. I think his is hanging up on the wall back there somewhere.
That, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I remember the SG.
Yes, like right there. That's Darv's.
Oh, no shit. That's cool. Yeah. But that SG was like sort of a bit of a lemon, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a fucking turd. I'll never buy another one.
I think he just got a bad one, because I played a lot of really nice ones.
It was.
But yeah, so I just thought that was a really interesting take on, and who knows, maybe we've talked about that before.
No.
Like Justin. No, I was just saying like Justin and I maybe have talked about that before, but I don't think so. But I just thought that was an interesting take, that like tuning equates to the type of dancing like people do and stuff. And then, because there is like truth to that, I think. And then he had also mentioned about the Agnostic Front re-records. And I had to say that like I was not a fan of those. And like he nailed it. He was like, they're down tuned, and they don't have the excitement and the energy of the originals. And I think it is because of the tuning. They just sound so blah.
Okay, so let's throw this back to 4 episodes ago in the sound of the potty.
Yeah.
Would we, if we started now, would we do that? Do you think the Ampegs would lend themselves to that? Because to me, that Ampeg, it needed to sound like a fucking razor and a buzzsaw. It didn't want to sound like a fucking trash compactor. Like it wanted to go zzz, it didn't want to go.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the thing with those heads, is like they're definitely running more in like the mid range and high end, and like the low end of those amps, they can get gnarly with the right cabinet. But that would be an interesting experiment, is to like, because I know for a fact that I've maybe not for a fact, but I'm pretty certain that I've never played through my amp in anything lower than like an E flat tuning. So it would be interesting to see, to hook that amp.
How the amp performs.
Yeah, like to like go like full like C standard tuning or something and see what that sounds like. I don't know.
That'd be crazy. Yeah,
that's a good call though. Like the gear.
I'm here for you, darling.
Yeah. Because I do know that a lot of bands that do play, especially like a lot of stoner rock music and stuff, you know, like a lot of those bands are playing like orange amps and stuff. And I think that's a big part of why they use those is because of them being like tube amps.
Right.
And I think when you're tuning down, you kind of have more control over like the full spectrum of sound when you have a tube amp than like on a solid state head.
Bang.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do some covers.
Okay.
Did you come up with any? Because I thought of a couple, and of course, he had a shit ton. What the fuck do you do, Justin? Do you just sit around and do fucking nothing? How do you have time? I can't. And you got to make your comments shorter because my mind doesn't work that way.
Well, I think it
I
is
need cliff notes of your notes.
Damn, you're fucking lazy.
I
think he's got a new job, and I think sounds like maybe he can like rock like earbuds at the job possibly. So
that's awesome.
He's maybe thinking and working.
Thinking and working. That's all I do. Fuck.
And
I can't listen to podcasts right now. Something happened. I go through phases where I can listen to music or I can't. And now I'm into like, I listen to music. Like it goes in like cycles. It's kind of bizarre, but like I'll feel bad that I haven't listened to something for a while. Like, and then all of a sudden I'll go back and I'll fall like into this heavy, it's like ebbs and flows, almost like I'm bipolar.
Yeah. I think I wouldn't be surprised if you have like 10% bipolar. I wouldn't be shocked by that. But yeah, no, like as far as cover songs, I was too busy trying to find subliminal messages on songs. But no, he had a good list though. You should read some of his stuff.
Well, the Cramps, he said most of the catalog, which is bad music for bad people, is fucking phenomenal.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Like the Hazel Atkins cover, fuck yes. So Voivod, Astronomy, something, Domain, I don't know. Once again, don't know. Boss Tones, Police Beat. But I think the Police Beat's good. Actually, yeah, that's a really fucking good one. But the Sweet Emotion cover on there is really fucking good too.
Yeah, I love
and
that.
The Enter Sandman cover that they do is really, that little fucking CD that they put out was fucking awesome.
That's the first time I saw them was on that tour at the 930 Club. I'm sure I was there with you.
Probably.
That was like 93 or something.
Yeah, probably. And I resisted. I hated that first album. Once again, they had the 24/7 spot, but I like 24/7 spies. Like the first album was fucking chaotic and wasn't very fluent. It was all over the place. And the second album, they kind of got their shit together and the songwriting was leaps and mounds better. Like they had they had good songs on the first album, but like cohesiveness, there's probably one or two songs that really like vibed as a whole set. Whereas whatever the second album's called.
Wait, are you still talking about the Boss Tones?
Yeah.
Yeah, the second one is more noise and other disturbances.
Yeah, so that one, like they all of a sudden somebody did something and took whatever course, and all of a sudden they started fucking pumping out like solid fucking songs.
Yeah, like, I like all their stuff up until like mid 90s, and then it's not that I don't like them anymore, but I just kind of like got burnt out on them and didn't really follow them much anymore. But there's a lot of stuff off the first one I like. I think the first one has the Hope I Never Lose My Wallet song.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Patricia was the one I liked, and I think it's a cover. Could be wrong.
Gotcha. Well,
so yes, Sheer Terror, Hymn 43.
Oh yeah, that is a really good.
Fucking awesome. West End, Always on My Mind. Do They Know It's Christmas? That is fucking funny. Circle Jerks, Wild in the Street. What? I was thinking they do Golden Shower of Hits is the one I was thinking of, where they do the medley and did they do just all kinds of shit. Whatever the Tammy Wynette song. They're just all over the place. That one's good. I didn't know the Sex Pistols did Substitute, which is my favorite Who song. So that's funny as shit. Rosillo's Glad All Over. Don't know.
Yeah, a lot of these I wasn't familiar with.
Heathen, Set Me Free. Ramones, Indian Giver, I Don't Want to Grow Up. Needles and Pins, Let's Dance. Oh, the Let's Dance is good. I don't listen enough Ramones. Justin, you have way too much time on your fucking hands. Fucking killing me.
I don't think it's that he has too much time on his hands. I just think that you don't do enough cool shit.
Yeah, well, that's possible too, because I'm pretty much I walk around life with fucking blinders on 90% of the time, and that's the way I fucking like it. But then honorable mentions: Anthrax, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, and they actually did Parasite fairly well on the I Am the Man.
Oh, that's whatever. Right. Yeah, they do that Kiss song. That's right.
Clash, Police and Thieves, Excel, Message in a Bottle. That's why I got thinking on the whole police thing, was because I saw that and I'm like, ugh. And then I thought about Don't Stand So Close to Me, and then how shitty the remake was. And when you got like the fucking Police, look, I'm back on it. When you got the Police like best hits, they fucking always put that goddamn remix on it instead of the fucking original. And it's goddamn painful.
I wonder if there's some low key like contract shit to that song as well.
There could be. What was Blondie Hanging on the Telephone? I didn't even know it was a fucking cover.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Civ Bader's It's Cold Outside. I do want to circle around to You Can't Put Your Arms Around a Memory for Sheer Terror.
Yeah.
Now, initially, I thought that was a shit. I still like it.
Yeah.
But I'd never listened to the New York Bulls or fucking Johnny Thunders when I heard that. And then to go back and actually listen to it, like, it's hard. Like, I don't get the same enjoyment out of the Sheer Terror that I used to, because they're, I don't know, maybe it's an emotionally connected song or something, but it's like there's such a, God, purity for him is not the right word, maybe an innocence to it that it's just like, I don't know.
Well,
but
I mean,
I used to love it until, and then I just like started like backlogging with like the New York Dolls and stuff.
Sheer Terror is a band that they haven't disappointed me on any cover they've ever done. Like even the I think was it that Dead Boys song I Need Lunch they do too.
Yeah, that one's good.
That's really fucking good. But yeah, he nailed it with Hymn 43 though, that because that's an awesome Jethro Tull song. But yeah, the Sheer Terror version of that is
here. Let me tell you, whatever the Shelter song was they covered, was it Masters of Reality or what was it? Anyway, they did a fucking Black Sabbath song and it was dreadful.
Really? I don't know that. I'm gonna make a note of that right now.
But so one that we skipped that I think's phenomenal, and it's like a song I always wanted to cover, so they did it, now I would never want to cover it, is Blood for Blood did Runaway. And it's fucking awesome. Like it kicks ass. Like
check that out.
Like I totally was like, never want to do it because I think they did it as well as it was going to be done.
Wait, what is the original?
Del Shannon, I believe. Runaway. I'm not fucking singing it.
Sing it for me, dude.
No. All right. How about this? As I walk along, I wonder. That's it. It's not triggered.
I need the melody.
Nope. Can't do it. I'm not fucking singing. You got paid for that shit, whore.
All right. Well, I just want to go really quick circle back around to when we were talking about Timeout and Turners, because because it made me think about some stuff we were talking about on one of the previous episodes. So I just got a chuckle when you mentioned about Timeout, or we were talking about Turners and stuff. But so we had talked about Nasty Ronnie on the one episode.
Oh my God.
And how I like was scared to go to the mall when I was a little kid because like I was scared of him and like scared of like headbangers at the mall and stuff. So that was the thing about Time Out that was like really cool for me, is because my grandmother went to the mall a bunch, and it'd be one of those things like, I'm going to go to the mall. Do you want to go along? And I'd be like, yeah, because I can go to the arcade. So my grandmother would always give me like $5 in quarters.
Oh, fuck you.
And I mean, I'm assuming that's what it was. I'd get like a big pocket full of quarters, and we would always go, because she would, and this will date how fucking old we are, but she went to Irely's all the time. which for those in the know, Irely's in the Valley Mall eventually became the Bon-Ton, which is just basically like a department store. It like, what's funny is like Irely's and Bon-Ton was like our high-end clothing store.
That would be true.
Which is hilarious though to think about now, because it's like that was high end for like Hagerstown, but like it kind of really wasn't high end.
JC Penney.
JC Penney was pretty good. But yeah, anyway, so she would go in there, and so basically when you walk in the main entrance of the mall, Time Out was like the very first store on the left hand side, very first place, the arcade. And you walk down the hallway a little bit, and on the other side of the main like thoroughfare through the mall was where Irely's was, like past the water fountain and stuff.
Yeah, it was like it's basically teed onto it, and at the terminus of the T sat Irely's.
Exactly. So long story short of that is I've spent a lot of my time in Time Out because I could just go right through the doors and hang a left and get right in deep into Time Out before I would run into any scary headbangers.
I thought you were going to say, when I played video games, that put me on the same level as the fucking headbangers, and they had to respect my authority.
No, it was definitely like straight up being scared and hiding, like running in there really quick. And then, sometimes you'd like look out and see people congregating around the opening of Time Out was sort of like a hangout. And sometimes some like Hesher dudes would be out there and stuff. But yeah, so until I got a little bit older and felt a little more safe walking around. You know what? Honestly, you're going to find this hilarious as well, but
probably.
This is fucking true. As sad and hilarious as this is to admit to, but it wasn't until I became friends with Bob Cook that I felt safer walking around the mall.
That is fucking funny, because I was going there too, because I was I was going to say something about Gene and Bob. Oh, that's fucking funny.
Yeah, no, that's a 100% true story. I'm pretty sure I've told those guys this before, but like, yeah, so like pretty much like being friends with Bob pretty much de facto made you friends with Gene, which then made you friends with like people 4 and 5 years older than you, which, wasn't going to save your ass in every scenario, but made you feel a little more comfortable that you were like, at least you were on a side, let's say.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
I remember fucking Bob used to fucking run a chain through his nose down through his throat and then spit it back out.
Well, that's
magic.
That's one of my very first memories of him is so being in. So I knew about him when I was in 6th grade, but it wasn't until 7th grade and he was in 8th grade that me and a couple of my like little skateboard buddies, I don't even remember the exact scenario that allowed this to happen, but basically Bob and like, what's that?
I said chess club.
Definitely wasn't chess club. So it was like Bob, Brian Boyer,
oh Jesus,
Chad Smith, Brian Snyder. It was like all the fucking like punk rock skateboarder kids, like all sat at the same lunch table, and somehow we got like allowed it / invited to sit with them, and it just kind of stuck. And I remember one of the very first days like sitting at the table with them, and like I didn't know any of those guys at all. So I'm just like wallflower. I'm just sitting there like taking it all in and like not really talking. And like one of the very first days I met Bob at lunch, he fucking did the chain trick. And I just remember being like, fuck yeah, this is the table I'm supposed to be sitting at.
Fuck, dude, I would remember, I think I sat with Cowboy Carl through middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember. The rest of high school is kind of a blur. Yeah, I don't know.
I remember
like it's fucked up. I remember sitting with Dave in middle school. I think I sat with Lee Smith and fuck, I can't remember. Somebody else. It was like the little punk rock table.
Yeah, well, you guys definitely had because I remember when I was a freshman, you guys were seniors, because I always bounced around. I never really sat at one table. I sort of would move around and sit with all my different friend groups and stuff. But you guys definitely always sat at the same table. Like I would come over and hang out and sit at your table every once in a while. But I remember it was like you, Matt.
Was it Cowboy Carl? I think
probably. I feel like maybe Joe Rule sat at your table once in a while.
Very possible.
Maybe. I'm not 100% certain about that, but there was definitely you guys definitely had some like soccer dweebs that sat at your table too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, soccer was the cool alternative sport.
Yeah, it was.
At Williamsport.
It definitely was.
Because football was like all the rednecky hillbilly guys.
Yeah.
I love you guys. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'd say I'm definitely not.
But it's definitely you felt like an outsider at football practice, where at soccer practice it was a different fucking story.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I definitely remember being not like, I don't know, scared isn't the word, but I just think everybody, when they go from middle school to high school, they have like a certain degree of anxiety of like, you're going to be around people you've never been in school with before, and people who were in 8th grade when you were in 6th.
And they hit puberty.
Yeah. Well, like maybe you like kind of hung out with them outside of school, but then in high school, are they still going to be cool to you? So I don't know. There's like a lot of factors going on, but I definitely remember going into high school, like I said, having some anxiety, but knowing that like I knew Bob. So I knew that like I had Bob and Gene kind of like, and I didn't really know Gene yet at all, but like just knowing that that was his older brother and like hearing stories about him, I obviously was like, okay, well, like I said, I'm on the punk skate team. I know I have that backing at least a little bit, but the other thing I was very fortunate that I had going for me is that most of the sort of redneck jockey dudes at school were all sons of like my dad and uncle's best friends in high school.
Oh, that's cheating.
So I definitely got like a pass from being fucked with just based on people knowing who I was. Like kind of like, we want to fuck with you, but we know we can't.
So I think maybe Hedgesville doesn't count because that was a hot mess.
Yeah.
But like when I came back, I think there was more resistance in like 10th grade, but whatever that wave of people, I guess those seniors, once they left, like 11th and 12th was fucking smooth sailing.
Oh yeah.
It was fuck. But being a parent, I can tell you that the transition from 8th grade to 9th grade is the biggest fucking transition that your kids will go through in school, I guess, besides maybe college. Like, because there's a responsibility, what you're talking about, the mingling, they're not holding their hands as much anymore. And they kind of, you get fed to the fucking dogs, basically.
Yeah, totally. I don't know, man. It's kind of funny. Like like my junior year was probably my worst year of high school. Like freshman year, surprisingly, ended up being not that bad because it was, I don't know. I was kind of scared of starting high school, and it ended up being pretty cool. And 10th grade was okay. junior year kind of sucked for me, but then senior year, like you said, it's kind of like smooth sailing. And do you remember Shane Heimberger?
I remember the name.
Like he was another dude that I kind of, when I first started high school, I was sort of scared to death of him. He was like mullety Hesher dude. And he rode my school bus. Oh. And honestly, that dude ended up being like extremely nice to me. And we became like friends on the bus because he was like older than me, but I don't know. He was always super cool to me. And he just seemed like a dude who he didn't have to be cool to you, you know, but like he was always really nice. And I don't know. I feel like overall, a lot of people who were considered maybe guys you don't fuck with in our school were always like pretty cool to me. So I don't know.
So I think Hedgesville, I got a pass because Hedgesville, like our middle school combined people, at Hedgesville, all the middle schools combined. So there was like 3 schools. So there wasn't a solid clique, at least there was from kids from your elementary or middle school, but it wasn't like a strong clique. It wasn't people you've grown up with, not like fucking up here.
Yeah.
But, and I played football. So it made it, so I was kind of in with people and new people and, you know.
Yeah. You were playing both sides of the fence.
I got a pass.
Yeah.
But what was it? Sophomore year, I quit football because I hated 3-a-days and our team sucked. And I knew that I didn't want to run around the fucking heat doing 3-a-days. And there was a skateboard ramp 250 yards from the football field that had my name all over it.
Yeah. And especially if the team sucked and like, why are we doing all this practicing? It's not going to make a fucking difference.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That was my mindset.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. I don't know. High school is definitely a weird time. But a lot of good memories of high school, I would say, more than bad, but, I don't know. It's just funny to even think about because it's just been so long ago. And it is interesting, like how many memories I do have of school. But
so I think 11th and 12th grade, though, aversion was rolling.
Yeah.
Like, so like 12th grade, it was like focusing, trying to, you know, it was not focusing, but like practice, show, practice. Like it was like, that was the focus. And so school was just a fucking something I had to do between 8 and 3.
Yeah, you had to do it. Exactly. Dude, I mean, I definitely, and you're going to fucking laugh at this, but you guys being in the band in high school and for me being the age I was and like really just like getting into music so much and like looking up to you guys, but then not only looking up to you guys, but just you guys were like the walking punk rock ethos through school because like you were actually wearing your band shirts like in school. So it was like, not only are you well, it's like a whole like different levels of like shit in my brain. It's like, A, I know you. B, like, you know, me and like other people in my age group, like thought you and all those guys were like fucking cool as shit.
Oh my
like
Lord.
You are in a band playing the type of music that we all liked, minus knowing you. And then you also had merch. So it's like, there was a lot of shit going on. Boy. Yeah. I mean, and like maybe now that's not such a big deal for like kids in high school to have a band and have merch. But like back then from like Williamsport, I don't know, dude, like that was huge. It was huge to see that be like, you guys are in a fucking hardcore band and you have fucking t-shirts. Like that was very instrumental in my thinking and like lots of other kids thinking.
That's so crazy. Just because like silk screening. Like, I mean, that once again, it is so fucking crazy to think that I set myself up for life by shit I learned at Williamsport High School.
Yeah.
Like it fucking blows my mind.
Yeah.
Mr. Orm would be fucking proud of me.
No, he'd be proud of me too, because I mean, like seriously, like probably 90% of the career path I went is because of Mr. Orm and like mechanical drawing class and getting into like doing like computer shit in high school. Like I think our school was the first high school in the whole county that had computers. That was like 91, 92.
Apple IIc, boy. Yeah. We had a programming class and I got to, which is funny as shit, I got to skip typing so that I could take a computer class because they put it on par with, because they made you learn a life skill. So you had to learn to type. That was like a requirement.
Oh, really? I never had typing.
You had something that ran parallel to it. Like it was like some sort of life skill. Like,
oh, dude, I know exactly what it was. Are you ready?
Oh my God, don't say home ec.
I had sewing.
Is that what it was?
I totally had a sewing class, dude.
Oh my God. That's
and I fucking
crazy.
swear to God, that fucking paid off because I did a lot of like costume shit for the bands and like sewing fucking patches on jackets and shit.
Gavin's my go-to sewer.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I learned the program, which is funny because I did. And not that I remember any of it, but I think some of the stuff I did learn, I used earlier on because it was basic coding and stuff. So a lot of stuff made sense to me. Like as you got into web design and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the scripts and stuff started, not that I could read them, but I could manipulate them enough to make them do what I wanted to do. I couldn't write a script, but I could look at it and make it do what I wanted it to do.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you had some point of reference where you could pull from.
And Mr. I was gonna say he was the drafting teacher.
Yeah, Mr. Orm. Oh my God, dude. That fucking class was in like I really don't know. That guy had the best disposition of any fucking teacher ever because and I was kind of a hellion in those classes, but there was people way worse than me. And like how we did not end up like suspended like twice a week in that fucking class. I have no idea, dude. He like, you could pretty much get away with murder in that class. I remember. So one year I had mechanical drawing with Bob Cook, Brian Boyer.
Oh my God.
And who else? There was a bunch of other people in that class, but those were like the two core people I remember. And there was like some other people like Chris Hellman. I think Chris Hellman was in one of our classes. And a couple of kids in my grade.
Gina and I.
Yeah. I never had Gene
together
in mechanical drawing. But anyway, do you remember like the dry erase pads? Like the little sacks that have like the eraser dust in them for like cleaning up your drawings. And there was those big metal blinds in the back of the class. I remember like fucking Bob would like turn around and like fucking chuck those dry erasers at the fucking metal blinds and be so loud because Mr. Orm would be at his desk like kind of nodding off, like falling asleep. People would chuck those fucking pads at the blinds. It'd be so fucking loud. And he'd fucking like jump up and he'd look up and he always called him Bobby. He'd look up and be like, "Come on, Bobby." Just like,
yes.
like, why are you doing like grow up? But he never got mad.
Shit.
He never.
No, he was awesome. He used to get pissy because I'd try to not skip, but I'd try to go up to hoops and do whether it was shirts, probably shirts and stuff like before shows. And he was just like so unhappy.
Yeah. Yeah. It was hard to upset him though, but yeah. R.I.P. him.
Yeah,
He was a legend. My dad had him too. That's how fucking awesome it is.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah. He was like, I think he was even, if I'm not mistaken, I think he was one of the assistant wrestling coaches at the school at one point in time.
Oh, I remember Coach Witt.
Yeah.
Because I used to go to wrestling with my uncle, but once I got older, I didn't know your interest in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have multiple family members who were state champions.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. My my dad was like 3 or 4 times state champion in like multiple disciplines. And
fucking
like,
awesome.
my uncle Clay was wrestling state champ once or twice. A couple other people.
I think Bub went to the States. I don't think he won.
Oh yeah, that's right. He wrestled too, didn't he? Because he wrestled with Clay, I think, or around the same era.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was a gap, but yeah. Oh my God. So I'm gonna jump topic.
Well, hold on, just to make sure everyone knows, we're talking about like high school wrestling, like Greco wrestling, not WWF, which would be way cooler.
Oh fuck yeah. So do you remember the fucking hogs at your grandparents' farm when you were little? Yeah, those things scared the living shit out of me. And I think it was part of it was your fucking dad and uncles scaring the shit out of me about them.
Probably. Well, dude, they were fucking mean. Those pigs were mean though.
We were at the crab feast this weekend, and Amanda's cousin has like a fucking farm with all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
And he has pigs, and he brought up his thing. His interesting bit of knowledge was that a pig will eat everything except for the human teeth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like a pig will eat everything. And so it was just fucking, we're like, well, that's a weird kind of bit of information, but glad to know it. And as soon as he said it, I thought about your fucking pigs at that fucking farm, because those things scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, so I remember them being mean, and I got in the pen with them on a few occasions, but I remember always being like really terrified being in there, because they would like, I was short. I was a little kid when I was going in there. So, like a full grown pig, if you're like 8 years old, like the top of the pig comes up to like almost your chest when you're a little kid. So it's like, they're huge.
Yeah.
And they would come up and like fucking like run their snout into your stomach and like sniff all around you, like sniffing for food and stuff. And I'd be outside the fence, we would feed them. And I always remember like my grandfather being like, don't like get your hand too close, because they'll like fucking like snap at your hand and shit. But yeah, they'd be mean. I remember the noises they would make too, and they'd get pissed off. It was like terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
oh my God.
Pissed off pigs are not fucking cool.
And I think I went up to the farm one day, and I think this is what did it, is I don't know if I came up to see you or if I came up with Bub, but they took my Hot Wheel and hid it in the fucking barn. Like they fucking put it up in the barn.
That's fucked up.
And then like we were like looking for it. And I was like, finally, it was hidden in the fucking barn. But that was right above the pigs.
Oh, yeah. Well, fun fact. So where the pigs were is exactly where the stage was built for the graduation party.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
That exact area. So like where the pig pen was, if you walked into the pig pen, this is when the barn was still there. But if you would walk into the pig pen and turn right, that's exactly where the shed was that became the practice space.
Right. Damn.
Yeah. So there's
crazy
a little
world.
Well, speaking of the farm, I know we've talked about this before, but it just made me think of it. The first time I ever had to get stitches as a little kid was from playing with you.
What'd you do? What did we
do? So I don't know if you remember or not, but there was like as you went up the driveway towards the house, off to the right, there was a greenhouse there. And it was one of those greenhouses it's like an arched kind, like where it like basically looks like a half pipe turned upside down. It's like that's the shape of the greenhouse basically. But it was a glass greenhouse. It was like plate glass windows basically.
Yeah.
And we were like, I don't know, playing superheroes or something.
That's surprising.
And you were like, you were Batman, whoever you were, but I remember I was Spider-Man, and we climbed up because there was like the little metal railings that were in
Oh
between.
my God. I know what you're talking about, but I do not remember this at all.
Which Trisha asks me this all the time. She's like, how are you still fucking alive? Because I tell her shit that I did as a kid, and she's just like, I fucking seriously don't know how you're still alive. And I'm like, I don't really know either. But anyway, those pieces of metal that connected the glass were like maybe an inch and a half wide, if that. So we were like traversing up the greenhouse, and you were ahead of me, and you almost like pretty much summited to the top, and I was maybe like a pane or two behind you. And as I was walking, I slipped and my fucking leg broke through one of the glass plates and sliced my leg open.
Fuck.
And I remember
that.
Yeah. And I remember when that happened I was probably like 6 or 7. And I can like, dude, if I was really good at drawing like lifelike images, I could seriously exactly from memory draw, remembering what it looked like, looking inside my leg and like seeing like meat for the first time, basically.
Yes.
And the only other memory I have is of my grandfather and grandmother looking at it and assessing it, and them arguing about whether I needed stitches or not.
That is fucking awesome.
Yeah. And I did end up needing stitches, but like my grandfather was definitely like, he doesn't need them. But I ended up needing I think I got like 10 stitches. So I definitely needed them.
Oh my God. That's fucking awesome.
So you don't remember that at all?
Nope. I remember that you guys had it it was like a shit. I don't know what it was. It was some sort of big fucking tank that somebody had cut in half, and it was a swimming pool. Like we rolled it over. It was it felt like it was like a 1/2-inch fucking metal frame the whole way around it.
Yeah. You're exactly right. I had a swimming pool. I was a fucking white trash redneck swimming pool, dude.
Dude, that thing was bulletproof.
It was that was not going anywhere. But yeah, I don't remember exactly. I'll have to ask Dad what those tanks were used for originally, but I'm assuming they were probably maybe from like a feed mill or something, like some type of mini silo.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I remember my uncle Kurt fucking torched it like about a third of the way up, made it like a 4-foot swimming pool.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah. Oh my God. That's I remember that.
Had to climb into it with buckets. And the fucking edge was, it's just like, imagine like a torch, like cutting metal with the torch. It's just like all jagged and shit.
Fuck it was all like, I'm doing it with my finger up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah. Like look like a waveform pretty much.
I was like, imagine you were trying to draw a straight line and you sneezed multiple times really fast. That's what it looked like.
Yeah. Well,
magic.
My dad and uncles are very mechanically inclined, and are very inventive with their fixes on things, but not necessarily known for being the most attention to detail or looks don't matter with those guys.
As long as it works.
Yeah. Well, do you remember that fucking year they made that trebuchet?
Yes.
They're fucking like launching pumpkins, and like they act like someone almost got hit with one and got killed. So they like had to fucking stop using it.
Oh my God. It's fucking awesome. Good times on the farm.
Yeah. Well, hang on 1 second. I'm going to go. You can talk about something. I'm just going to grab a drink.
I'm going to go pee. I'm going to pee and drink. All right.
Pee break.
It's time for an official Potty Mouth Podcast potty break.
So one thing I was thinking about, one other thing I wanted to say about like family members being state champions in high school. So whenever I come back to visit and I'm hanging out at Dad's house and stuff, like my stepmom and we like every time we get together, like we just like, it's just like hours of like fucking with Dad. It's like so funny. Like we just fucking team up on him. My stepmom's so funny. Whatever. You know how Dad is. He like just like ignores shit like that most of the time. But like every once in a while, someone will say something and he'll like turn, he'll be like, that's pretty fucked up. Like, like it just be like, like he finally gets something that kind of hits him and like hurts his feelings. But
oh shit.
What we were fucking with him one night about something. And it got brought up. Well, because someone found a picture of him from the newspaper. One of the years he was because he was state track champion one year. He had the Maryland state record for shot put distance for like 30 years or something before it got broke. So it was just like, he was just like insane strength as a fucking teenager. Like literally, if he would have maybe grown up in a state where athletics were like funded more and like scholarship kind of stuff, he like probably could have been in like the Olympics for like shot put. Dun, dun, dun. So I mean, like he wasn't like high school good. He was like beyond high school good. Like, to put it into perspective, I think, I forget the exact distance, but I think his state champion record in 1972 was like 54 feet. And I think the next closest person throwing to him was like in the mid 40s or something. And like awesome. Nobody beat him until like, I think the early 2000s or something like that. And it was someone from the city. It wasn't even like took someone from like a big school to even like beat that record. But anyway, and he was wrestling state champion one year. I don't know. He had multiple state champion victories, and bottom, like, not to sound like a dick about it, but, and like, whatever, I'm saying this kind of like as a joke, like, not that he hasn't done other things with his life, but that was like his like stellar achievement of like athleticism was when he was like in high school. So one night I pulled out the fucking ultimate burn. I was like, you realize that you're like the Al Bundy of Williamsport.
How fucking awesome is that?
And he was just like, that's fucked up.
Fucking Al Bundy of Williamsport.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that's a good thing.
No. Yeah, my stepmom, God. She was dying. We're like fucking pissing ourselves. And he's like, that's fucked up. He's like, you guys are dicks.
Oh my God.
Okay, but I have speaking of fucked up stuff, I have a fucked up story, and people can call me weird. See, this is the thing. I feel like maybe I paint myself as being such a nice guy on here, but I want to also show the depraved psychotic side of my mind.
Oh, well, that's okay, because I'm the neurotic one, so you can be the psychotic one. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. But this story is fucked up, and like I was like, who fucking thinks about shit like this? I'm like, this is fucking weird, but I was like, I got to share this on the podcast because it's too fucking cool. Oh, I know that person. But yeah, so I don't know if you guys are having to do this or not. Probably hasn't.
What'd you say? Oh,
probably.
That's a
what?
Said one of us works out.
Oh shit!
For those of you that didn't hear it, one of us works out. And guess who it is? It's not me.
Damn, dude, you just got called out on air.
That is okay. Oh my God! All right, I'm superseding this. So I had to go to the doctors because I'm a fat fuck. And anyway, we were talking, and she said something about exercise, and I just fucking laughed at her. And I looked at her, and I was like, no. If there was a professional sitter, that would be me. I could sit anywhere and not have to move. I was like, you know how people have urges to walk around? Not me. I'm just as happy sitting here as anything else.
Yeah.
And she just fucking laughed her ass off at me. Because I don't like doing shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know what to say about that. It's kind of like, that's fine, but just, I guess, accept the fact that your health is going to deteriorate faster. As long as you're willing to accept that consequence of your professional sitting.
Better living through chemicals. Thank you, Dr. RX.
Oh, shit.
All right, so back to your story of evilness.
Oh, I was trying.
That's why you're the evil hand job.
Yeah, I was trying to think of that Dead Kennedy song. Was it Government Flu?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
But anyway, so like I was saying, I don't know if you guys are doing this or if this is just sort of like something that's happening out here, but they're starting to be pretty strict about sorting garbage here. So, yeah, I pretty much assumed that wasn't hitting you guys yet, but so we got all of our trash cans swapped out last week, like our ones we take our trash out for the guys to pick up. So, we have our recycling can, we have our trash can, and now we have like a waste can, or like a food waste can. So, you know, like things like eggshells, like avocado skins, like coffee grounds, like anything like that gets sorted into, we have to separate that, which actually, believe it or not, I was kind of like, why the fuck do we have to do this? But then now that we're doing it, it's actually like pretty nice because we actually got a small, like little countertop, like trash can. It's about maybe 8 inches high. And that just sits like right by the sink. So now as we're like preparing food and stuff, we just like throw the food waste in there and it's like right there. So it like kind of like helps from like having to, I don't know. I was mad about it, but it's actually kind of worked out for like sorting things. And like it actually saves on trips to the trash can because everything's sorted in 3 different cans now.
It's called a garbage disposal.
Oh, well, we don't have a garbage disposal.
Oh,
so,
well, you're fucked.
Yeah. So that's why we're doing this. But anyway, so we started doing that. And the day that we kind of like started implementing this in the house to sort everything before we take it to the outside cans, I was cutting my fingernails one day on that same day. And I was like, and I was just kind of joking. I was like, so where do I put my fingernails? Like, do I put my fingernails in the food waste or do I just put them in the regular trash? Because it's like, obviously I was kidding. I was like, I don't know, maybe it's a like valid question, but then that got me thinking. So here's where my fucked up mind comes in. So I'm like, you know how there's people who like don't like clowns, like people that act all weird about clowns. Like, I'm so scared of clowns. Like I can't like stand looking at clowns.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's probably people that are like that about like fingernails and toenails, right? That's got to be.
I know people that collect them.
Okay, well, this plays perfectly into this. So I'm like, I just go, and I'm telling this all to Trisha. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to take this on like a fucking crazy trajectory. I was like, just stay with me for a second. Imagine we're like 50 years in the future and like the earth is like running low, which it's going to, but it's like the earth is running low on precious resources.
Like fingernails.
And they figure out that fingernails and toenails are like, they can use them as an alternate fuel source. So then, so then you have your recycling can, you have your trash can, you have your food waste can, but then there's also like a little separate container that's like attached to the food waste can where you put your nail waste. And I was like, just imagine what that looks like. I was like, someone who's like completely disgusted by fingernails and toenails. There's like a giant like nail factory where there's just like piles. There's like those like elevator things where like they like the grains are coming up to like fill up on a giant pile. It's just like fingernails and toenails like dumping into this giant pile. So from a distance, it just looks like sand. But when you get up close, it's just like literally like a bunch of like fucking nails trimmed off.
Oh my God.
And it's just like this giant asphalt lot of these like mounds of nails that are getting. And I was like, imagine like you are the person who you can't get a better job and you're like working at the toenail like factory where you're like
sorting left from right.
Yeah. Left from right, white from yellow.
Oh my God.
But yeah, you're just like shoveling these fucking nails into like a giant furnace all day long. to like for fuel source.
Oh my God. That would be an awesome fucking movie.
So not only would that be a good movie about how I told you before, my goal in life is I want to have a cartoon or some type of fucked up show one day. I was like, that's going to be one of my very first like skits for my show is the fucking like toenail factory.
Maybe that's where your character works.
Yeah, maybe.
Kind of like Homer works at the nuclear power plant. Your character works at the toenail factory. It's like Soylent Green, but different.
Very different. Well, and of course, Trisha was like, well, yeah, she's just like, that is fucked up. She was like, and the very first thing she says is like, that smell there would be fucking horrendous. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even think about the smell part of that at all.
Yeah, but it would. Oh my God, there's no way. I was gonna say, would it rate against my fucking trash can right now? No,
I don't know.
Oh my God, I fucking moved that bitch last night from the egg-a-geddon or egg. How would I say that?
Egg-a-geddon.
Yeah, egg-a-geddon. And I had to walk a different way back to the house from the way that because it reeked and left a trail of reekness from the house to the sidewalk, and I had to go the other way. And lucky by the time I got from where I started, it had started to dissipate a little bit. But fucking gross. Vile.
Yeah, I told her about the egg thing, and yeah, she was just like, "That's fucking horrible."
Yeah, it is.
I was like, "Yeah, I felt I simultaneously was sad for him, but also thought it was fucking hilarious."
I feel bad for the fucking trash guy because they didn't come pick up trash today, so it's out in the sun an extra day.
Oh, brutal!
Crank that bitch up to 11.
Damn, dude. But yeah, like I said, I didn't really have anything to talk about today. So
I have something important we need to discuss.
Oh, you do? Okay, cool.
I do. Let's talk about merch, baby. Let's talk about you and me. All the good things and the bad things that can be. Let's talk about merch. I did a little fucking. Is that TLC or is that? I think it's. No, I think that. Wait, TLC.
Salt and pepper.
It might be Salt and Pepper.
I don't know. I can't remember.
That's awesome. So anyway.
Yeah. What about it?
So by the magic of the internets, we're going to have fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
Dumb shit that you'll want to give your mom. And I'm so happy because I just sit and play every night and do fucking more dumb designs.
Yeah.
And it just fucking makes me cry. Tears of joy.
Yeah. We're going to, the Potty Mouth Records online store is going to be pretty loaded with gear. But I guess it'll just, I don't know. I think we're just very curious to see what actually happens with it as far as are people actually going to buy anything and like it, and what are going to be the hits. I'm curious what the hits are going to be.
If you have shit you want, let us know because there's some surprise stuff. There's some new stuff. There's all kinds of shit.
Like I think that, like I said, I don't know what's going to happen with it, but I'm just really excited to revamp some stuff. And I'm really hyped on the new stuff. And just
don't get us sued.
Yeah. Like hopefully there's definitely at least one of the designs has the potential to be a cease and desist. So I definitely would recommend, and this is not a cute marketing ploy to sell more items, but I would honestly say that there's definitely a very specific item we're coming out with or design we're coming out with that if you like it, I would not wait because there is a high probability of it getting pulled.
So, dude, I feel like a telemark or not a telemark. What is it? An infomercial person. So we might have to stop.
Yeah.
But it's cool. So that leads me to get you stuff, but we can talk about that later. And Justin, to answer your question, I want to answer your question with the question, which Mothman are we talking about? The one from West Virginia or the new one in Chicago? you got to clarify. We can talk about either one because I listen to, like I said before, all kinds of dumb shit. So I am all in.
Well, I think he said West Virginia.
Did he say West Virginia?
Yeah.
Look, now I got to look.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
West Virginia, you are correct.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, I know that it's a thing that quote unquote exists, but I don't really know much about it at all. I know there was a movie like Mothman Prophecies, but I don't know if that's the same thing.
Well, it was like everybody thought he was the harbinger of doom because I think his sighting stopped when the bridge collapsed between, oh my God, I cannot believe I can't remember the name of the town in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and whatever its sister city was across the river. Like that was the end of it. Like it started, I think it was like a 5-day run of sightings of, well, of course, the Mothman, red eyes and wings and shit.
Yeah.
But there has been recent sightings as well in Chicago. Like at O'Hare, like not like fucking people at the airport. I've seen it. It's fucking crazy shit.
Huh.
And like reports, not just one guy, but multiple people. It's fucked up.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I didn't know. Well, like I said, I don't know anything about that at all, but the Chicago thing sounds pretty interesting. I just saw that NASA just, I don't know if like hired is the right word, I guess so, but like they hired 24 was it theologians, like basically like priest kind of dudes. Like NASA hired like these priests to like start like I guess essentially prepping certain higher up officials for like the mindset of like preparing for like alien contact.
Oh my Lord.
So I don't know exactly what that's all about, but I thought that was kind of interesting.
I have no clue. That is nuts. And why would you bring in religious people?
Well, I think it all ties into the telescope that they're launching.
Oh, the one they just started getting pictures back from. I can't remember the name,
the James Webb telescope or whatever.
Listen, you fucking smart guy.
Yeah, so I think like I don't know if so whatever. I watched a few YouTube videos with people a little bit in the know about it, and of course they're saying like the government already like knows that there's aliens, and this is just all like they're just like going through the like the playbook of like what they have to do to like prepare everyone for it or whatever, and they're like speculating that this is part of that plan.
So I'm going to get this wrong. Didn't Tom DeLonge live near you?
Yeah, he was my neighbor.
He heads up a fucking government-funded UFO research program. I can't remember the name of it. It fucking escapes, but it's funny as shit.
Yeah,
See,
no,
I told
know.
You live in fucking UFO Central.
Well, he's not my neighbor anymore, but yeah, I definitely saw Tom DeLonge quite frequently. I was on a hi, how's it going basis with him. Sometimes I'd be like walking to my car and he'd be like walking his dog or whatever. She's like, hey man, how's it going? He'd be like, hey, morning, whatever.
You want to jam?
Nah, never asked him. Nah, I never asked him if he wanted to jam. Definitely.
You like meat, man? If you were a sherbet, what flavor would you be?
Me? Or
sure.
that's what I would ask him.
That's what you'd ask him. But now you have to answer it because you're a fucking self-centered whore and think everything that asks about you.
Well, Trisha did his ex-wife's hair, so that's how she like actually knew her like somewhat well. And then they got a divorce, and then they moved. He sold his house. But yeah, she stopped doing her hair a couple of years back. But yeah, I haven't seen him in forever. But we always used to joke about she's like, if we're ever out walking one night and we like run into them and she recognizes me and she wants to stop and chat, she's like, this is what I want you to say. And I'm like, all right, like, what do you want me to say? And so she was like, if he's like, yeah, I'm Tom, I play in a band, you know, because she's always like, oh, you know, like, well, my husband plays music and he has a band and stuff. And she's like, if it would be one of those kind of scenarios and he's like, my band is Blink 182, I'd be like, oh, like, I don't know if I've ever heard you guys, and like to try to like make him feel shitty, and just which to be completely fair, like I honestly don't know that much Blink 182. Like I know like a couple of the hits or whatever, but she was like, you should be like, oh, like I think I know you guys, and be like, aren't you the guys that have that shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker song?
God. Oh, which was a highlight on the short music for short people.
Yeah,
well, I
yeah.
guess I'd have to rename that now for vertically challenged people for not so long music or something.
Oh, yeah, right. So, but yeah, I thought that was funny. I was like, that would actually be like a really funny thing to say to him if I actually got a chance to meet him. You know, it's funny. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
When I was just thinking about this recently of just and whatever, like I'm not even bringing this up in like a bragging thing or anything like that, but just I've been pretty fortunate to meet some really cool people that I never really thought I'd ever meet. And like I met the guitar player Devo like before he passed away.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
And I don't know, just like some like random people like that. That's because I love Devo, but like I never ever thought I'd get to like meet any of those guys. And my old boss was somehow like secondhand friends. It's sort of like a Kevin Bacon scenario. Like she knew somebody who was a cousin of the aunt of them. I don't know, whatever. But we went to go see Devo as like a work function years ago.
It's fucking awesome.
And she was able to get us backstage. And like we got to meet those guys and stuff.
That is pretty fucking cool. I'll give you that. It's better than a trip to Oriole Park. But
yeah,
you don't know who you're going to meet there either, do you?
Yeah,
No.
exactly. So anyway, it's just funny, like just all the like the random occurrences of meeting famous and semi-famous people, like seeing Steve Whiteman ride his 10-speed bike around my neighborhood, funny. Like talking to Tom DeLonge when he walks his dog. Like, I don't know. It's just like really funny. Like I've had a lot of opportunities to meet people in their like non-famous environments.
Jim Gray eating lunch across from you.
It was Billy Ruff, actually.
Billy Ruff. Yeah. Fuck.
But yeah.
That's funny.
So
Jim
anyway.
Gray has cool glasses.
Oh,
jealous.
Yeah.
You have avoided the question.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Sherbet. What flavor?
Oh, I'm gonna go with orange.
What?
Yeah, that's my favorite flavor of sherbet.
You've left me speechless.
Yeah,
Really?
or I like orange and lime.
Lime.
Yeah. Damn, I haven't had sherbet in a long time.
Fuck yeah, bitches.
It's good. I saw a dude, an ice cream cart guy, yesterday when we were working. I was down at my buddy's house. We were staining. We're doing this job of staining these like railings in this house, and this dude, we were just like outside, like working in his yard, and this fucking guy comes like walking down the sidewalk with an ice cream cart with his little bell and stuff.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God. We had the ghetto ones in Baltimore. Like the fucking music was all like warped, or I don't even know how the music came out of the speaker, but it was all like, rah, rah, rah. It was like really fucked up. You're like, what the fuck is that? Like, I want to buy ice cream from that dude. No, dude, get a new sound system.
How about as an idea, like a heavy metal or punk rock ice cream truck that like,
what would the flavors be?
Yeah. Well, like, and just park in front of shows.
That would be awesome. So you'd have to cover everybody, would have to have your vegan.
Yeah.
And would sherbet be vegan, wouldn't it? There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely would have to have more conscientious choices for.
Oh my gosh. So It's your job to come up with flavor names. Because I don't have any flavor names. At least 2. I'm gonna have to fucking write something down.
So what would the name of the truck be, for one thing?
That
we have to come up with that, and then we have to come up with flavors. Well, maybe we do this. I don't care who does which one, but maybe like one of us does the punk rock one, one of us does the heavy metal one.
Oh, we do the metal one because I'm not.
Yeah, I'll do.
No, you do the punk rock. I would do the metal one.
Okay.
All right.
And then and then the flavors of each.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna do the punk rock ice cream truck and then come up with my flavors. And then
at least 3 or 2. 3.
3. I think 3 is good.
3's fine. Okay. I forgot. I'm bringing back an awesome cover.
What's
it
that?
just came to me. It's Anthrax doing Bring the Noise. It really wasn't a fucking cover. It kind of was a cover. Doing the Public Enemy song. Magic.
Yeah. They also do Looking Down the Barrel of a Gun really cool too.
I did not know that.
Yeah. That's an awesome cover. You never heard that?
Nope. No, I'm gonna fucking listen to it.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Holy shit.
I think that's on Attack of the Killer Bees. Maybe not.
Is it?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've listened to any of that stuff, but that's a good one. Dude, I'm going back to the Thundercats intro. So how will we do that? So you're gonna have to
party.
You're gonna no, but you're gonna take the original and rip X the vocals out so we can do vocals over top.
That would be awesome. Or do we just redo it?
Like make it like a punk rock version, kind of.
Well, it's kind of peppy as it is, isn't it? I don't know. It's been a while.
Huh.
I think we do the Rip X first, lay the foundations, sow the seeds of greatness, and then we'll come back and kick its ass.
Yeah.
And it'll be my Dead Pet of the Week song. Maybe not that awesome.
Yeah. So one thing, I'll give you another assignment, or maybe you already know the answer to this. Doing the hypothetical Powerball game. If you guys won the Powerball, what would be like the weird expensive thing you would do?
Oh, buy a shit ton of land, build a house in the middle of it, and stop talking to everybody. That's my game plan.
That's not very exciting though.
I want a compound in the woods, and that's it.
Okay, so what are you going to do with the other $590 million you have?
Invest it in toiletries.
Toiletries?
Oh my God. You know what? I would save dying food brands like the Necco wafers and chiclets. Like that would be, I'd have a foundation and people would think of me as a great philanthropist.
So your philanthropist activity would be saving dying food brands?
Yeah, and candy. Well, primarily candy. Like that $100,000 bar. Maybe have to upgrade that bitch to $1 billion bar. But we'd bring it back and it would be fucking magic.
Oh my God. That's such not the route I thought you were going to take it. Man, well, I guess that brings up a good question as to what dying food brands are there that are real standouts that really could use an injection of some capital.
Well, Necco was one. Like they stopped and then they fucking brought it. Somebody bought the, I guess, recipe or bought the company, and now they're still making those fucking horrible ass chalk biscuits. But wait, what was another one? Didn't Twinkies get killed? And somebody brought them back.
Yeah, well,
Hostess, yes. Hostess got bought or something, and Twinkies were gone.
Well, Twinkies haven't been the same taste for like decades. Like the way Twinkies tasted when we were kids, they don't taste like that at all anymore. They're fucking trash food. It's like Twinkies are like fucking raccoon food now, basically. It's true, man.
God.
Like I fucking Twinkies. I haven't had a Twinkie in years because the last time I had one, it was so disappointing and it just made me sad.
I don't think I've had one in forever.
Modern Twinkies are the fucking eliminator of fucking dessert treats.
Oh my God, that's so fucking awesome.
Yeah. And I have a feeling I can also add that Twinkies are the fucking re-recording of Stay Hungry of fucking dessert cakes.
But you don't know that yet. You do not know that. It could be fucking magical.
I don't know.
Could be.
I don't think it's going to be magical. I think it's going to be heartbreaking and sad, and I'm going to have a bad report on that.
I'm not feeling it.
I don't know. Well, so I do have one thing we can do. I'm going to show you a picture, and I want your commentary on said picture. Tell me about it.
Oh my God, it's so fucking horrible.
So set the scene for this photo because I'll post it on the website so people can follow along.
So for some reason, we're hanging out at high school, and that's Julie, and that was Ryan's girlfriend, also Dustin's girlfriend. I don't remember which order. I think Ryan, then Julie dumped Ryan to go out with Dustin.
I did not know that Dustin dated her. Wow. So Dustin and Ryan are Eskimo bros.
Yes, they are.
Wow. Nice.
And I'm assuming that's after school. I don't know what the fuck we would have done. That is an awesome aversion shirt, though. That's a marching to the beat shirt.
Yeah, see, this is perfect tie-in because I was talking about how you guys were legends in school wearing your own merch.
Oh my God.
So it looks like Ryan's wearing a Clockwork Orange shirt from what I can tell.
I think that you are correct. Oh, I'm trying to zoom in. Yeah. I would believe that as well.
So fun fact, Julie rode my school bus.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
She lived right down the road from me.
I guess she did. We used to practice at our house for a little while.
Because she lived like right on that weird corner where there was like an abandoned brick building or something. Like there was a store there.
I think Tony lived there on that corner one.
Oh, really?
Shoemaker lived there, and when he moved up to halfway.
Oh, interesting.
And I'm driving in my first car, the old Cutlass Calais T-tops, bitches.
Does have T-tops, huh?
Yeah.
Where did that car come from?
That was Karen's.
Oh, it was. So you got a hand-me-down?
No, it was a bought-me-down.
Oh.
That shit didn't come for free. My dad's miracle $15 a week or every other week of child support bought me that hot set of wheels.
Nice.
Oh my God. Why am I so looking at this fucking picture?
Well, because we're not done talking about it. So this was in the back parking lot of the high school. You can see home of the Wildcats in the background.
Oh my God.
And whose bug is that? I guess that's Julie's.
I think that's Julie's. The map. Actually, it's her brother's. I forget that dude's name. Like he was redhead, right? I think that was him. I think that was his. Actually, it could have been Ryan's. Maybe it was Ryan's. He had a bug too. I don't fucking remember. I drank a lot.
And Matt's on the top with shaved head.
Yep. Fucking turtle boy. We used to make fun of him.
He's definitely laughing or making fun of you about something.
Probably.
And there's something hanging from the mirror. Any recollection of what that could be?
Are you fucking kidding me? No.
I don't know. Well, you can kind of see it. Like maybe
I can kind of see it. Who sent you this? Fucking Gene?
You know what? I honestly don't know where I got this from.
Thanks, Gene. What the fuck?
I've had this for years. I just honestly forgot I had it. I was going through some stuff a few days ago and found it. It may have been Gene where I got this. I don't know.
Oh my God, it's fucking depressing.
What's depressing about it? Everything?
Everything.
So,
yeah, I can't name you a positive except for the aversion shirt. I think that's it.
Yeah.
And my lack of weight. That's pretty awesome.
You're definitely pretty skinny.
Oh,
so is this your senior year?
That is a great question as well.
I don't think it is. I'm thinking your junior year, I bet.
I think it's my junior year because I had a GTI my senior year, I believe.
Well, and also because Ryan's still in the band in this photo.
That would be a good call too. That would totally be a good call. Yeah, fuck, I don't remember. Killing me.
All right. I'll quit torturing you now.
Yeah, that's fucking horrible. I don't have any of those. Well, I do. I found that hard drive is shit. You're in trouble. Oh, yes. And I just want to tell everybody that Macromedia Freehand is just as magical as it was 20 years ago before they got bought out by Adobe.
Yeah.
And disappeared. Fucking
I forgot I wanted to ask you about it off air, but since you brought it up, did everything come back like just riding a bike? No, you had to like kind of figure some stuff out again.
Yeah. It's
been
a
wow.
long time.
I'm honestly kind of surprised by that based on how often you use that.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. But I mean, I'm not going to draw in it. I've spent too much time in Illustrator now.
Yeah.
So it's just open. I found the motherlode of old shit. And now we are opening up and seeing what we can steal and revamp for our new merch. Not plugging the merch again, but just saying.
Well, so I think my ultimate goal with the merch is to, obviously, if there's anybody who has been following us since the beginning who wants to buy some cool shirts again, like that's awesome. But I definitely am interested to see how having like an online presence with this stuff is going to affect maybe bringing in like newer listeners / interest in what we're doing.
Oh my God, which is what right now?
It's a lot.
I know, I'm just rambling.
Oh.
Rambling.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we're also trying to just figure out what the formula for success is, because we can't pinpoint. We're having trouble figuring out like why certain episodes hit and some don't hit. I mean, I think overall we don't really care that much, but it's more of just a curiosity of like why like one episode can have 100 listens within 3 days, and then another one it takes a week to get 12. So it there's like doesn't appear to be any kind of rhyme or reason to it. So I don't know. We're just kind of confused right now.
Yeah, honestly, it is fucking baffling. Anyway, who the fuck cares? I'm going down and work on more shit, I think.
Yeah. The only thing I was thinking that was different last week was that we put it up on Tuesday instead of Monday. And that's
bizarre.
It kind of popped off more being on Tuesday.
Maybe. So you guys might have to suffer.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess maybe we could just like fuck around with it and try it on a different day. See what happens. Try Wednesday one time and just see if that makes a difference.
I'll have to look. I know mine all drop on. I have like 1 or 2 days where they all kind of fall.
Yeah, maybe Monday's we're too big for our britches, and maybe we're just not able to get into the rotation on Monday for people who are like starting their work week out. Maybe we're more of a Wednesday or Thursday kind of like standard versus Monday.
I've run out of shit to listen to. Oh my God, they have a podcast. It's 2 hours plus.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's fair. I think that's probably where we're at. I think we're a Thursday or Friday listen. Maybe we're not a Monday listen.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying there's a lot of people who are doing podcasts who are, way more popular and way more interesting information.
Name me 6 other podcasts about Potty Mouth Records that's more popular than us.
Well, yeah, I can't do that, obviously. And
all right. Name me 6 podcasts that talk about random shit out of Washington County that are better than this one.
I can't do that either. I have to say that we
are the world.
It's very possible that we could be setting ourselves up to be the premier topic location for Washington County things.
Oh,
because we did talk about Turner's, we talked about Camelot, we talked about the Valley Mall,
and we talked about the Kicks Festival last week.
Yeah. I mean, we're doing what we can to keep the people happy.
Is becoming the Georgetown of Washington County.
Oh my God. Why would you even say that? Is that true for some reason?
Well, that's where the dude from the Dead Milkmen played. And then they're having this festival with all the cover bands and Kicks in Boonesboro.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh my God. Okay, so, well, yeah, first of all, I was going to you talked about it earlier. I was going to ask you about that Boonesboro show that happened with Joe Jack Talcum. But Tommy Clevenger sent me a text about the that Kick show you're talking about with all the cover bands. And he was like, "Are you coming back for this, sir?" and I was like, "No, probably not." I was like, if I was there when that was going on, I would definitely go to it just for shits and grins.
Oh, but, my God.
So we were just kind of cracking up about that. But yeah, oh, that's right. Because I think one of the bands playing, is there a Kid Rock tribute band?
Yes. Oh my God. Now I'm going to have to look for the fucking flyer.
Cause I think I even told him, I was like, what's more offensive than Kid Rock? I was like, a Kid Rock tribute band. Like, what the fuck? I'm speechless about how ridiculous of a concept that is. And like how, you know what? There might not be a lot of people that care about our dumb bands, but at least we don't play in a Kid Rock tribute band.
That's fucking crazy.
God damn. It
is the Interstate Rock Festival, but I can't find a fucking flyer for it.
So what other cover bands are playing that horse shit?
Let me see if I can find an actual oh, here we go. Oh shit. Well, I believe it's called Cowboy, the Kid Rock Experience.
Oh, God. Oh, like I'm a cowboy, baby. Okay, get it.
I don't fucking know what. I don't actually get the reference.
Oh, well, he has that song, right? The cowboy song. I'm a cowboy, baby.
I don't know what the fuck.
You know that song.
No, I don't. I'm not even being a dick.
You would know it if you heard it. I do
understand the slippery when wet reference. That's right, my friend. That's the ultimate Bon Jovi color tribute band.
Oh, see, that's way better than the Kid Rock tribute band.
Oh my God. Brickyard Road, the Leonard Skinner tribute band.
Oh shit.
And then I believe the Road Ducks. They were around back in the day.
Yeah, those guys must be like ancient.
Oh my God. That's a 2-day festival.
Fuck. When is that?
That is, you guys, we need like free tickets or something now because we just promoted you to 15 people. September 9th to 10th.
Huh.
2 days, 2 stages, 12 rock bands.
Sunday.
And Saturday.
Hagerstown Icons Kicks.
Shit. Oh, fuck.
Celebrating 30th anniversary of Blow My Fuse.
Oh. All right. I've lost it again. I am the worst interneter.
So what? The only thing worse than being in Leonard Skinner and having everyone yell Freebird the whole time is being in a Leonard Skinner tribute band, hearing everybody yell Freebird the whole time.
Oh my God. So Slippery When Wet is the fucking headliner Friday night.
Oh, okay.
And Cowboy Kid Rock, they're next in line. Road Ducks are right in front of Kicks, and then Kicks shuts that place down.
Damn.
It was Friday and Saturday. Holy shit.
Okay. I will do the right thing, and I'm gonna look up all these bands, and I can't stand fucking Kid Rock, but I realize that there's people that like him, and that's maybe they're really good and they're the next best thing. So I will look all these bands up to form a fair opinion. However, I reserve the right to still shit on all of them if they're fucking terrible.
I agree. And I think what would really help you out is if you listen to it backwards.
Oh, maybe. Dude, you know what?
Oh,
that's funny. God. Kid Rock is a band I never would have thought of to play anything
that
backwards.
Would be awesome.
So
awesome
maybe that's, I'm going to add that to the list of things to try.
It might be better.
And it might actually prove to be hilarious.
Oh my God.
I'm pretty certain that if I play some Kid Rock songs backwards, it'll say a bunch of shit about how much Trump is awesome.
Oh my God.
Because I think he's like a huge fucking
is he a big supporter?
Yeah, he's pretty into that shit. Dude, I have a lot of homework for next time.
I just got to figure out my metal ice cream truck. Oh my God, I'm thinking,
okay. Oh no, I already so yeah. We'll talk off air because I don't want to blow it. I don't want to blow the surprise.
Whoa now.
And the other thing too, that's I'm really excited about is we're finally going to practice Saturday.
That's crazy. Yes.
So I'm looking forward.
am Skippy won't be there, but
yeah,
or the pit cleaner, but we'll make it work.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see what route we're going to take. I guess it'd be cool to go over some old stuff, but I wouldn't even mind showing you guys some of the new shit I have.
Fuck it, bring it.
Yeah, just whatever, just to be like, look, here's the riffs, like whatever.
The pit cleaner's there for looks. He's 100% ass.
100% ass.
Or he's 98% ass, 2% rock.
He's a meat man.
Yes, he is.
He is a man of meat.
Wow.
So speaking of man of meat, when I was doing my backwards song homework earlier today, I was chatting with a friend of mine, and she's like, whatever. We're both into Butthole Surfers, and she sent me a message. She's like, I'm listening to this right now. I was like, oh, cool. I like that album. And she was listening to a song off of Independent Worm Saloon, and we just got to chatting back and forth, and she had mentioned about Typo Negative came up in the conversation, and she really likes Typo Negative a lot. And I was like, I honestly don't know that much about them. I've listened to a few of their songs over the years, and I dig them, but they're just not a band I really delved into that much. I know a lot of people like them. But of course, the first thing I asked her was, I was like, so did you see him in Playgirl? And she was like, duh, of course I did. And I was like, I said, I've only ever seen cropped images of him from the Playgirl. I've never seen like any of like the full shots. And I was like, but from what I've been told, I heard he's a shower, not a grower. and she wrote back, well, all I'll say is he's really tall. if that tells you anything.
That's fucking awesome.
And she said I got to see them one time, and he was drinking Chianti on stage. I was like, dude, they're like fucking bougie metal, dude. Like drinking wine on stage. That's like fucking hilarious. Like they're fancy pants metal.
They are.
That's great.
Oh,
She was like,
God.
it's actually more like vampire metal, but yeah.
Yeah. I listened to one or two. I think I listened to a album. I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, I have these lists.
You can see how well it stuck out.
Yeah, that's the thing. I definitely have list of bands that are on the list of I need to check these guys out in more depth to see like how like new like now version of me likes stuff like this. But yeah, they're on that list of bands.
Okay. So for next week, besides
Yeah.
our metal and punk ice cream shops,
Yeah.
let's do or have we done the bands we rediscovered now that we're old and kind of can stomach? Or can stomach or like now? It sounds like we've done this, but we might have just done it in conversation.
I think we've done that a little bit, or we've talked about delving into it deeper though, because I think we've had a few conversations where I would be like, no, I don't want to say because I want to save it. I think we've had that happen a couple of times, but I would like to have that be a full episode. And I'm already just going to preface that episode by saying that I have some really, really questionable, embarrassing fucking bands to add to that list.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. I think this is a good stopping point, and then we can get ready. And I'm going to start fucking thinking of, I was actually thinking of guilty pleasures. Like, what's the shit that you listen to that you wouldn't want your mom knowing? No, not your mom.
No, I think this is the, yeah. So
is that part of the guilty pleasure? It's different.
Yeah. I think maybe that those are two different concepts, but I think a lot of mine would fall into both.
Oh, really?
I think there's definitely some that are a guilty pleasure, but I also maybe even secretly a level deeper do have a newfound appreciation for them, like as musicians and shit as well. But I may not actually admit that. because that might just be too far. I don't know.
Oh,
I have to think about how much I'm willing to expose myself to ridicule.
Oh my God.
But I definitely have some guilty pleasure bands that I fucking hated years ago. Like bands that I fucking vehemently shit on that are guilty pleasure bands now.
Or I could at least listen to one or two of their songs and not be irritated. Yeah. I have those.
Like I have a guilty pleasure band that I may be way too hyped on recently.
Oh, save it.
I'm definitely gonna save it, but it's fucking embarrassing. And I really don't even want to admit to it, but
I want to know now.
Yeah.
Now we hit the good shit. Fucking yeah, let's not do this.
No.
All right, we're saving it. So that's our topic next week. In fact, if you have guilty pleasures, put that shit in notes and post it up so we can hit them.
Yeah, and for anyone,
maybe that's how we need to do this.
What's that?
Is instead of us playing the game before everybody else, we all play together. Everybody gets a topic and we go back. We come back to it next week.
Yeah. See, now we're getting smart. Oh, we just fucking got 30 new listeners because of that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. I like I said, I'm already like I already have anxiety about the next episode.
Oh my God, it's not that bad.
It's pretty bad. Well, I know some of your fucking guilty pleasures already, and
all kinds of them.
And some of yours are. See, I can't even talk shit on yours now because some of yours are pretty fucking bad. But I might fucking get the fucking first prize for fucking being the worst.
That is awesome. That makes me happy. All right, kids.
Oh, well, hold on. The other thing too, if we are gonna have more people join in doing that, pottymouthrecords.rocks is our website. We do really enjoy when people comment on there. It does help us to get conversations going and think of new shit. So please feel free to join up and chit chat with us because we like it. We like you to be there.
Anyway, fuck it. Good night, y'all.
Yep. See y'all next time. Thanks for listening. Sorry, excuse me.
Oh, nice.
Later.
Adios, fuckers.
Save your toenails.
This podcast was brought to you by Potty Mouth Records. Contact us at pottymouthrecords@gmail.com and find us on the web at pottymouthrecords.rocks. That's .rocks.